goes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Daddies of SA. As usual, we try and bring you guys dads or fathers or father figures that have something to contribute and share. And I think this gentleman has been very exemplary. You know this English thing. I think I must do this podcast, guys, because yeah. Gets difficult every time to speak the language. But yeah, man, you're gonna see this guy. I've known him for a long time, and I just wanna get to understand his journey from him just being a young man growing up and being a dad. And you know, there's quite dynamic situations that he's gone through, and I'd really like to get a deeper understanding, which I've never had before. So this is actually the first time I'm having this conversation. He's known as the Rose of Rodiport, for those who know him. Some of him call him Potris Motsepe. But for me and you in this conversation, he goes by the name Njabulo Shabangu. It's the Rose of Rodiport. How are you, my brother?
What's up, brother?
Are you good?
Njabulo grand.
Dude.
What's up, my boy?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. What a rousing intro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was excited about this conversation. It's long overdue, by the way. So before we start, we have our traditional vulamlom, you know. So this is a vulamlom. Because once you have a sip, and I'm going to keep it young. Keep it young. Because of a warm la. You know?
It's different.
Yeah.
Dryly vulamlomo, that's a bit...
No, that's shisa generally.
generally, yeah.
So so it's still kind of...
Shisa.
You know, it still lives within the space. So welcome, my brother.
My boy.
Do you know, I just realized do you have a second name? An English name?
Never.
You don't
Funny
have?
enough, Lucas. I don't got.
Lucas Radebe, Lucas, you name it.
No. I've got two names though.
Yeah.
My name from my father's side is Tembelani, but I go by Njabulo Shabangu. So you can call me Njabulo Tembelani Shabangu.
So itamala ko named you Tembelani.
So I want to say that's why I need to that side of the family named me that, because I don't really know did it come from him or Magriza, but they don't even call me that anymore. But they used to when I was growing up. They used to sort of insist. So I used to have to switch on, like when I'm at my mom's side,
Yeah.
it's Njabulo. When I go to my dad's side, it's Tembelani, you know?
Okay. Interesting. How is it that you never asked who named you? Because I would assume, Mom Dala, you'd kind of be inquisitive about such.
I actually think I might have asked.
Yeah.
That's why I was actually even almost quick to say not necessarily my dad, because I think I might have heard
Ban.
it was my gran. Yeah, so I think I might have heard along the line somewhere.
So beba tembe
it was
wena
more
lapha
my
endlini.
gran. Fucked up.
So beba tembe ukuthi uzoyenzani?
Brother, you know, as a kid, man, I think as a boy kid, parents are obviously, it's aspirational things.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I can't go into detail, but maybe they were like, this is our boy, you know, it's Tembeleguye, and so everybody else around him must. And that sort of, I think maybe puts you like on a route to, like I say, they probably name you all the things that they want you to become, you know?
No, I'm with you. So siblings, how many siblings do you have?
Jeez. So I think I have like 5 siblings.
Sheesh, bro, I heard the word think.
No, look, these are my siblings, you know. My mom and my late father had me and my brother.
Okay.
They got divorced. My dad has got 2 other kids.
Your late father?
Yes, my late father.
Yeah.
Which makes 4 of us. And then my mom had my sister, Cindy Siva. So that makes a whole hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Meaning, so you know everyone?
No, we're fortunately close.
Yeah.
We're close. We quite tight.
No, I've seen the relationship you have with your brother and your sister. It's like it's really beautiful to watch, you know, for people who have relationships as family and it's so close and manikula, you go through the challenges of life as being men. You guys obviously share some pearls amongst yourselves, so that's beautiful. What I want to talk about, I think we've never had this chance until now. Obviously, the podcast around our fatherhood. What do you know or remember about your father?
Jeez,
your biological.
My dad, my father, passed, I think, when I was in grade 10, and I actually don't know much about
Grade
him.
10 umdala.
Grade 10 growth.
Yeah.
You know, so I would remember if there was anything to remember.
That's what I'm saying,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So I've got literally, let me put this baby on silent. I've got literally, excuse me.
No stress.
Okay.
Like being a boy.
It's work, my brother.
Not to shang PBM.
Catching that bread.
Yeah.
PBL boy.
PBM. Bing bing. Like, okay, you still there? People on iPhones and S1.
No, Mchana. We'll get there. No.
Yeah.
No, time so my parents were separated.
Yeah.
When we were very young. And I think to reasons unknown to me, he was just not around in our life. Majority of the time, it was not around him. I can remember one or two occasions, you know? Like, I remember, I think the one thing my dad did for me was take me to go get the snip, you know, as a young boy.
So, what age is this?
If I'm not... I don't want to say, could have been primary school, obviously.
The fact you remember, so boom, talanyan.
Yeah, okay. So, but I actually remember the whole procedure, him picking me up to go do this. So I don't know if my mom called him and said, "Dude, listen,
only
can
you
you just do the one thing, please?" You know what I mean? So, but I remember that, and yeah, a few other times. But generally, I can never say this guy liked this, or this guy digged this, or this guy nearly out his soul. You know?
So you guys never had a relationship? That's what you're saying?
Not me and him, no. I think my older brother.
Yeah.
My older brother is fortunate because they live together, you know.
I don't know your older brother.
Have you never met my older brother?
No.
No, I'll take Ren Ganjan.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, as you were saying.
But no, him. So when my father passed away, my elder brother took it really hard because they had a good relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and that just goes to show. Well, me and my brother didn't take it that hard.
I suppose call it obvious reasons, because it's attachment.
Look, there's no bond. You know? The hardware is his, you know, but then there's no software between us, you know. We are his kids. Maybe the DNA, of course, the DNA is his.
Yeah.
But there's no
attachment.
There's no attachment. There's no relationship created over time. So when he passed, it was like, okay, we must just go to the funeral because that's what you do, you know. You show your respect. And
see the man on his last destination.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at that time when he passed, I never even thought that I would be a dad one day, you know.
Of course not.
Of course not.
I'm gonna live forever
you
and
know.
rodeo kumnandi. Why?
Yeah. So, dog. I mean, yeah, man. But here we are.
So, with that said, it means, I think for almost all of us, I would even want to say most men are raised by women. You know, most of us, and there's the gap of, there are obviously men around you, your uncles from either side. But then the question is, at that time, are they playing a fatherly role? Because for me, fatherhood, and part of this podcast is just to teach that fathering or being a dad is not a biological thing. You know, as men need to be raised by men at a certain point in their lives, which, you know, and women the same. But us as men, we lack that opportunity of getting to a certain age. If there's no male figure or father figure who can start now guiding, say, okay, Njabulo, I can see now you're at this age. we need to start helping you to navigate yourself as a man into adulthood and manhood. Did you have any of that?
Yeah,
growing up?
No,
especially after that first dream.
Yeah.
Going forward, you had changed,
now
guy.
You're changed, brother.
And you vulnerable because you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, you made a mess, bro.
Yeah, and you're on your
like,
own.
Shit. Yeah, man. My uncle, my mom's brother. So for me, that's how I modeled. This is what the type of dude I want to become when I grow up.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with varying degrees of success, but that's another topic. But for me, and this was not from him living with us or anything. This was when Mang Shai around go makreza, then I'd see, okay, this guy is actually the guy that takes care of the house. He keeps order. This guy, when he wakes up Saturday morning, keep ikarzake, give them a wash, put them back in. Maybe he's on the roof fixing a leak or handling the gutters, garden, and also making sure that Natima's cool, we have a good example to look up to. Like, listen, bro, this is you can't just rock up here at any time you want. There's rules, move like this, don't move like that, and then like if you like if maybe you wanted to lobola or you're having a baby, he's the guy maybe that I would like say, listen, let me talk to this guy, and then he'd be like, and there's certain things I couldn't talk to with my mom, because my mom's quite a difficult person.
But I think some mainly things require men, not excusing a mother's or woman or lady's participation or contribution into a certain thing. But there are certain things it now needs a man.
Maybe even she's like, dude, I don't have the tools for this. Yeah. Unfortunately, my mom's been encouraging us and very open for us to have a relationship with my late father's side of the family. So when I was getting married and when my kids were born, they were involved in all of those things.
Yeah.
So she's always encouraged it. And I'm grateful for it because even though my dad is late, I know my family from that dude's side. Because sometimes it doesn't play out like that. Sometimes for other people, for whatever reasons, people may not be encouraging of that type of situation or scenario.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like the Uncle Lak was intentionally doing that, or you just happened to view it and he would just throw those gems based on you being around?
Looking back, I think he was intentionally doing it. Yeah, I think he was intentionally doing it. It's so weird because his son, they didn't have a great relationship.
Do you know what? You know what I was about to say? As you're saying, the weird part is, for him, Segamdala, he's collected himself and he realizes I'm a flop in. But the irony about it, he probably grew up the same way as you, him also not having a father, him not having the tools. But Segamdala, and I was like, you know what? I
gotta break this chain.
Let me help this one because loya nang moshile.
Yeah.
Because I also grew up in a path of, a gravel path, if I can call it that.
Yeah.
So it's funny how somebody who's but they're also on a crutch. But wisdom can help as well.
It's probably maybe a healing for him as well, or was at the time. But but also he was just great with his siblings as well. He's the type of guy put people through school, got them jobs, that type of thing. I'll take a grand blind. Shout out Uncle Mpumi.
Let's give your uncle some
My
horns.
man.
Uncle Mpumi, you got them horns. You got
My
them
man.
horns. Clearly.
Hit him.
And then I love the fact, Guti, even when you use the words, he was probably maybe trying to reconcile his deeds. And I feel like it's never late for all of us, Yes, you might not be able to reconcile in a certain place, but healing yourself can eventually help you to try and go back and be a different man, to really understand the gap, the pain, the void that you've left in possibly your son, you know. So I look at it like that. It has to start with you. Tell me when you had your first baby. How was that for you? When you realized I'm having a baby.
You mean not conception, obviously.
Nah. Nobody cares about that.
Okay,
we know how you felt about it. We want the post.
You mean like the day Mandy was born?
Correct.
I actually, weird enough, I was thinking about this. I think I saw you later on that night.
When Mandy was born?
Yeah.
Or when you conceived, you mean?
Fuck off.
No, I'm
when Mandy
wondering.
was born.
When she was born.
Yes, the night that Mandy was born, I think I saw you. But anyway, so bro, Mandy's what, 14 years old now?
Yeah. So just for context, you had your daughter in varsity.
So
Which was
late
what?
varsity, yeah.
Second, third year?
Third, working. I think I was working though. In fact, I know I was damn working, man, because
Yeah.
yeah, because ain't nobody got time, you know. No,
So
niggas
weren't you
fine,
scared though?
but
Weren't you
niggas-
scared?
So my uncle was just great about it. He was like, "Listen, man, you have a solid head on your shoulders, you know." So I think I'd already let my mom know, but my mom was beefing, you know.
Good to you deterring your future.
Good how China. Yeah, I know you as Mutu who's starting their life. You know, you're making a jump from Scala to Span. You know, I didn't know that you were now starting a family. You know, that's news to me. You know, so I was like, oh, okay. And then look, we have cultures, bro. We have to do damages and mahadis and proposals. You know, so it wasn't as simple as just saying, listen, I'm having a child. It was also like, listen, dude, we gotta go to that family. You know, this is me to my mom. Like, we have to go to that family and sort of give them some type of explanation. And luckily, my uncle was around. So he was like, listen, don't worry about your mom. I trust you. I believe in you. I think you've got a solid head on your shoulders. This is how we're going to play it out.
Yeah.
We're not get your money right, and then we can sort this out. But, you know, this is not how you do it. This is cart before horse, you know. But we're here now, you know. So, but to me, how I was feeling at the time,
Yeah.
I think, man, I probably would have been around about 25 or so. I was initially I was scared.
Yeah.
Most of the dominant feel was
Because
fear.
you're like,
And also it's like,
it's new, this thing.
this thing is gonna be here, you know, and what am I gonna do, you know? And I think I still lived at home at the time.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, So many question marks, you know? How is the family gonna feel? So lots of questions and lots of uncertainty. Fortunately enough, when my daughter was born, you know, I could do the basic stuff, like get her on medical aid, get her food, get her clothes. I must say, Ayanda's family at the time were super, super helpful because these things can go either way.
Yeah.
You know, especially at, excuse me, at that age, I was not like, listen, I want to take your daughter and marry her, because there comes those expectations or those conversations, not even expectations, but
What are your intentions?
Oh,
young
yes,
man?
of course, this is our child, you know. Simise esikolweni to go and get a qualification.
Wena o roba ngwana loto.
Wena ngwana 2 feet.
Kepu.
So khuluma into ezwakalayo ndoda, you know. But I mean, look, I think because of the ecosystem that we had around us at the time, families on board. I had a job, at least I could pay for necessities.
The necessities.
You know, and then the family was very helpful as well, you know. And so it grew from fear to and a lot of love, it just showed me like, okay, cool. So people can actually come together like families and pour energy into a single project, and it doesn't have to, there's no animosity, there's totally no animosity from anyone. And yeah, no, she's 14 years old now, and
a young teen.
yeah, a very troublesome young teen. I'm going grey because of her.
Yeah,
but I mean, teens are teens.
And I think maybe for you the luck or the beauty is that you're still closer to the young side of your life. So you can relate and you can kind of understand and see with, okay, I know young Njabulo lo.
And I can suss her, and I think I can suss her out. But
yeah, there are new methods.
Yeah, no,
but you can tell with your story in
off, man. Into off, la, so
so I think that's the beauty of having your child young. Obviously, it means she was living with her mom, you were living at home, but you'd go every now and then and hang with the baby. Did you ever get a chance where like you were given the baby for like a few days or like a weekend? We whined in when she was still like a toddler.
Yeah. So I mean, I only used to live in the south, but like far south.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'd be times where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to pick up the baby, and then I'd obviously.
Is this you wanting it, or is it?
No.
Baba,
No.
Can you just?
No, I think it came from a place of love. It was like, oh, I want to see this little girl.
Yeah.
And fortunately, going to someone else's house, they would grant me access almost any time. I wanted to see the kid. So there was never an application process or limited times.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, slap her in the car seat. Then obviously my mom at the time was not a 4-time grandma. That's my mom's first granddaughter, So would hang a lot. I mean, dude, I used to peel potatoes, mash.
1 man.
Cook chicken, and then take the gravy of the chicken, pour in the mash.
Really?
Man, please.
I had this thing with you were probably because of the distance and one and Shadang Guti. You were never in that situation. That was my assumption because we never had these conversations.
No.
I thought you were arm's length.
No.
So you had a bit of baby experience.
Look, I mean, nowhere near enough,
Based to now.
Yes.
Which we'll get there.
Yeah. Nowhere near enough. Look, being present in my child's life, I've always been present in her life, but like you say, it is almost at arm's length. I still don't live with Mandy today. Which is something I'd love to change. Because in a lifetime, I'd like to say we lived together. Excuse me, but I mean weekends. I have her for the weekend, and she'd chill at home, and then obviously. The baby, the taking care of the baby would be probably split between me, mom, and everyone else in the house, really, So it was, of course, I had things that I had to do myself, changing, and I mean, mom would change sometimes, but I was never really in it solo,
Yeah.
Whereas I can imagine someone who lives with the child on a full-time basis has to fend for themselves.
The lessons you learn as you grow. No, that's so cool. So that process, how at the beginning, how was the co-parenting?
No, co-parenting was fine because my ex and I at the time were together. So for a large part of it, it was okay. We're doing fine. So that it worked.
So that worked as in being in a relationship. But let's just talk about the co-parenting part of it. Whenever it started, but how was that for you?
Or how is it now? Even
correct.
Co-parenting for me in all my. So I don't live with Mandy, so
correct.
That's what I'm gonna call it, and I refer to it as co-parenting. I have never ever had a time where I thought this woman is crazy, or she's like, well, this is the last time you see this child, or I can't have access to my daughter. You know, I think those are sort of the three top things, bad things, negative things that come up in co-parenting. We've had, like I said, I've been really fortunate. I've been really fortunate to have a family, her family, that sort of has always managed to put the child's interests first. So I've had disagreements with my baby mom, and,
as usual. Everybody does,
and it's that. But I don't know whether it's. In fact, I think I do know. I think I've just been very fortunate to have her as the baby, the mother of my baby. You know, I think I've been very fortunate to have her as the mother of my baby, because she's just never really made my life difficult, and I have also conversely never given her reason to make my life difficult. You know, I'd like to think I've always played.
Maybe just a few pearls of wisdom based on your relationship being there. What can you say? Because you know what, this podcast is more about us learning. You know, there's probably someone, there's definitely someone who's having a difficult time around the co-parenting situation. Maybe they're only starting now, or some are 20, 10, 5 years deep, and they don't know how to remedy this. Maybe just share, what did you do where you possibly think, because obviously this is your opinion, unless you guys had a conversation about it.
Look, I think, man, for me at the time, I feel like I was young, but I also think maybe not as mature as I am now, and would have liked to have been then. But however, I think that you must just be straight with each other. Like, if you guys break up, you must break up. You know, you mustn't be half in, half out, because then it's just murky waters where nobody knows where they stand with the other person. You know, so if you and I have a baby and then we go through hard times, sure, but at a point we need to say, this thing of ours is not working, or this thing of ours is working, and just draw lines of, this is where our relationship. So I relate to you as the mother of my daughter, and you relate to me as the father of your daughter. You know, and then I think then we can have a clear, definite, and specific roles. You know, for me, I don't know. I think that it's really an effort game, and it's a long game. You know, I think the one thing is that my responsibilities to my daughter they remain my responsibilities to my daughter. You know, and also to respect the person that's actually raising your daughter. You know,
Correct.
You need to go an extra half to make that person's life as easy as possible. So for example, there's certain things that I maybe want to put it like this, that I think you must take a few L's at a point. You know, obviously to a certain degree, but I think because you know, this person's raising your child more than you are. You know, so yeah, and just do what you're supposed to do. I know gents, man, standard, like, and I know life is hectic, and not all gents, you know, like, listen, ngizozanga 3 ngizolanda umntwana. 3 o'clock, you know, I think that's just terrible, you know?
So it's the little things.
Little things become big things. You know what I mean? Because if, like, this is going to be your child for as long as they're alive. So could be like, no, this weekend I can't make it, you know? But, and it happens. Sometimes you really genuinely can't make it. Man, like, it's probably one of the most difficult things to do, you know? But it requires really patience. It's a long game. You've also got to set some type of repertoire, you know, which is gonna take time. And it's maybe, you know, because it's someone that you used to love, or someone that you had an intimate moment with, right? And then you're no more together like that. So you're trying to go to a new level or a different level of relating to each other, right?
Yeah.
So there may still be hangovers of emotions, maybe from one party or the other, right? So I think sometimes don't take things personally, but always the kid is obviously the first priority, right? Everything we are doing, we're interacting because of this kid, but I think just also have presence of mind. Sometimes someone may speak out of turn, and or behave in a out of way manner. So I think there's a lot of
this guy Rasa, eh?
yeah. Is he gonna?
Okay,
Or
I
is
think
he
he's
gone?
going.
Pee-wee.
Yeah.
So, but and also we are not perfect beings, So I think we probably should relate to each other in that way. To say, look, this is the mother of my child. This is the dad of my child. I need to show this person respect. I need to show this person love, because at the end of the day, we are the parents of this being, So, I think moving from a point of love and respect for me then takes care of everything. But it's not an easy thing to do. Not sold to the people under the age of 18. So,
hey guys, if you can help it, avoid it. If you can help it.
Yeah, no,
if you can help it, because it really puts a strain, It really puts a strain on the actually on everyone. On everyone involved, we can't even put it on one particular person, but more so obviously on the person looking after the baby the most. They feel it the most, the entire family, So we also need to be in consideration of that. So now tell me, with that experience, now you became a father of 2 other daughters. And how different was that experience, and how were you emotionally, mentally, from that phase of your daughter was not in your space so much? And it's an assumption, you must please do correct me. Your second daughter, was she closer to you and living with her and raising her now as close as 2 people can be in a relationship?
So
were you married?
So the context. No.
Okay.
So I had my second daughter Zwelihle with my current wife, right?
Yes.
My current wife. With my wife.
Oh, shut the boy. Oh, shut the private.
No, boy. No. With my one and only gorgeous wife,
Private.
So, we had Zweli, and we were together, but we're not married when we had Zwez. And for me, I was just like, I don't want to, it's like...
You don't want to repeat?
I don't want this thing, man. No, I can't, this thing. And, I was just like, we need to get this family together now. We need to start reining everybody in, We need to get this family into a family, yeah? So I mean, when Talent and I had the baby, we're not living so the baby lived Gabo Talent for a bit. I think till really was 3, if not 4.
Yeah.
With Gabo Talent. And Talent and I lived together.
Meaning you didn't have really that hands-on...
No.
Raising.
Not raising, because then, her parents would let it, and this was on the insistence of her folks, Her folks are like, listen, and go get your guys on your feet.
Get your life in order.
Yeah, go get your guys on your feet, and the kid is fine. You can come get the kid anytime. You can be, the kid is here. But just by virtue of talent.
Shout out to the parents, by the way. Wow, because that's...
Abazali, dude.
Bruh, trust me, you're one of the deal you have.
Abazali, bruh.
I'm going to hit them with them balls, man. You know what? Shout out to Telly's parents, yeah.
No, shout out, real shout out. No, so it was different by way of raisings, really, because me and her mom were together and we did everything together. You know, so that was different in comparison to raising Mandy, which happened how old is 4 years later. So this is 4 years after.
Yes, your first daughter.
Yes, 4 years after my first daughter. So raising's really more hands-on until she was
with a lot of
3,
support,
4, with gang support.
Yeah,
with gang support. Zweli is now 10 years old. I think she's been living with us, like I said, since she's been 3 to 4. So definitely, I think we have a much tighter relationship than I do with Mandy. I don't know. It's a thought. I think we do.
But I suppose time, proximity, all those things contribute.
Of course, they contribute. But also, Mandy's she's a teenage girl now, so she's very.
She's a butterfly.
She's very
flyer mind.
Yeah, relaxed. You know, she's like very cool, fun. You know,
which is a teenage thing.
Which yeah. Let's hope so. But obviously, living together is the first prize. I mean, living with your kids is definitely the first prize.
Yeah.
Things don't always work out that way.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons. And, I mean, I don't know if I'm an advocate of people staying together for the kids, because then I don't know what...
Because the toxins will definitely spill over to the children.
I don't know. Look, I don't know, because I feel like it's complicated, because I feel maybe relationships go through valleys, highs and lows, and sometimes you just gotta thug it the fuck out, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta.
Gangster.
I think the most important thing for me though is a happy environment for kids. Happy, safe, warm, and all of that jazz.
But you know what my thoughts around that, where it starts, and people have their school of thoughts. It starts with you and the mother. If your guys' relationship is well nourished, there's just no way you're not gonna pour love into your child, into your home. Because imagine you guys are, because obviously you parents love the child from your different point of views and corners. But between me and you, there's tension, even if we don't fight physically. But energy is strong. It will definitely poison the house. And I also feel. So I believe in that.
So, but then how do you navigate? Because people fight.
No, fighting is normal. Fighting is normal. Like, and you have to find techniques how you fight that it doesn't really make the child abonangati. You know what? It's the end of the world. I'm again. You know what I mean? Correct. Correct. But I'm talking the overall living conditions and standards. Because if the house is poisoned with energy for a long time, e.g., have you heard this? If there's bad energy in the house, if you have flowers, they're gonna die very soon. You know that. There's that. So already
my chakras.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So if your guys' home is based on, hey, hi, how are you? Eventually, the child is gonna pick it up. It's like I really and strongly believe in that.
And you don't know how that's going to play out in this kid's life.
Correct. You're not giving good energy.
Look, so for me, I'll tell you this, and I don't know if my wife will, in fact, cut that. I've heard stories, right?
Yes.
Of families where there's a mom and a dad, but it's such a toxic environment for the kids and everybody.
Including you two as the parents.
Of course. So the thing is, it definitely is a win that you're together, but you must also be together and happy together, and a nurturing and loving environment must be created.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe sometimes you got to split. And then I've seen also couples who've split up, and then the one went to just rise to new heights, and the other one went to rise to new heights, and they became better parents to their children.
Their
kids, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. No balance, you know?
No, there's no right way. There's no formula.
Yeah.
But everyone uses their route to the destination. And part of my compass in navigation, it's like what I just spoke of now, you know. I have to pour into my relationship where it feeds into the family, into the household. Because but if me and the moms aren't so cool and sihlala sonke for the next 10, 15 years, trust me, you're going to mistreat someone without even realizing.
No, I mean, yeah.
You're going to mistreat
why would you even want to be in a space for 15 years where you're not, nah?
But it's what you're saying. People do it. And then the kid over time realizes, yes, but
this is weird.
This was bad, actually.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Bad.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's just better to maybe just call it, you know?
If the situation calls for it.
And yes, of course. And maybe sometimes call it for the kids, you know, to say, well, I don't want my kid growing. And like you say, if I'm driving home and before and I'm like, oh, fuck, you know, then that's not the right place for me. You know what I mean? Because maybe even your partner now, when she gets home now, she's like, oh.
Trust me, I believe there's no way one person can be happy in a relationship and the other's not. That means one is delusional.
Yeah.
Young tall. It's just impossible. When we happy, you think we fine. You're delusional. You are. So if you're unhappy, best believe the other person's unhappy. Best believe. We can't. I don't buy into this. Just because you're having fun out there living life, it doesn't mean you're happy.
No.
Because that's where your sadness.
Hence, that's what I'm saying. You've got to, like, you can only pour out of what you have, you know. So you've got to be in that space, and it's got to be good for you. And it's not your fault if you're not feeling a way about a certain environment. You know, it's just. It's unfortunately what it is. You can't, like I say, I don't know when you call it, but I believe relationships go through valleys, and I think also maybe it's important maybe to therapy is a tool that we can use to sort of find each other and work and progress forward. You know,
correct.
And
therapy comes in many forms. FYI.
Professional help. That's what therapy comes in from.
No, that's a form. Obviously, a priest is therapeutic.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
Of course.
So it's not only.
No, it's not a medical doctor. Yes, it's not a.
Your elders, maybe you and your partner identified umalume as that guy or auntie. So, but it's still talking to someone who's walked the path and can look at things from a bird's eye view. Say, it's maybe sitting in your daily routines, e.g. You know, and that's where you start to work towards finding yourself, if it ever gets to that point. But I agree to therapy, which just find the form that can help you.
No,
some people are like, nah, dog, I'm not going to go pay some stranger. Maybe I trust in my priest, or I trust in that family friend, I trust in that elderly, whoever. Get someone who's walked the path who can be like, yo. But let's bring it back a bit, because I want to lay a topic. It needs another. It's going to be one of the conversations, by the way. But more here is about just finding out more on you and now being a dad for the third time. How was that, and how is that?
My horns, boy.
How is that?
Trick hero. No, brother. No, I'm too hot. I'm too hot.
Yeah, no.
No, blind. Dude, being a dad for the third time. Hello, Umis. Yo, man. Finally, we're married now.
Congrats.
Now we're having
it's the same wife, ne?
my recent yes, my current wife, Mrs. talent Shabangu.
Yeah,
One of one.
All right.
Yeah. No, man. Dude, look, we had our baby in January last year. 10 Jan. Crazy because we had just gone for a checkup, like a regular. You know, when you reach a certain stage of pregnancy, they'd say to you, hey, you must keep a bag in the car. You never know. Yeah, but stay ready.
Yeah.
So we're going there. We're going to the last checkup before we must start keeping a bag. Aye, bro, we get there. This lady, she sees us. She sees us. She's like, She looks there in the sauna. She's like, did I say you guys lay hospital? And then I'm like, no. She's like, no, you have to go right now. Yeah, so I'm like, no, ma'am.
It's too early.
Excuse me. Yeah, surely, look, whatever you're going to do tonight, you can do tomorrow morning, eh? This lady's like, no, Papa. You can refuse medical advice, but you're refusing. You must know that
it's on you.
It's you now. Hey, bruh, now I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. How no choice. So now I'm shy motors. Now I have to go. We don't have anything.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm so dizzy, dude. I get lost. I get on the highway, bro. Going N1 North now. Hey, Mike 1. Dude, I'm here in Rosebank. I'm supposed to go to Sandton. Hey, bro.
You're south?
No. We're in Rosebank. We're supposed to go to Sandton. Now, in my mind, I don't know why, we must go to Morningside. So I get on the highway, bro. So my wife says, Chief.
Where far?
Why? I see her driving on the extreme lane. Where are you going? And I'm like, hey, Baba, wait. We're going to the hospital more. So eventually she's like, Chief, no, you're lost. So I'm like, no, I'm going to this hospital there by Megawatt Park and don't. She's like, no, Chief. Our hospital is there.
We didn't book this one.
And we had been there prior.
Oh, for checkup?
Yeah, we had been there prior. Hey, bro, now I'm like, this baby's gonna definitely come. Now, man, nah, bro, there's traffic, blah, blah, blah. It's like people.
But she's feeling okay, though.
No, bro. She's feeling fine, but I can tell she's a bit nervous because.
Oh, after that conversation,
I think she was a bit alarmed. Or, hey, what's the doctor saying now? You know what I'm saying? So, but we got there, and then must figure out they obviously booked her in, and then we got her. And then my sister came, my mom came, her sister came, her mom came. I think my brother came. So we had a lot of people around us, you know. We had a great deal of support around us. So I chilled at the hospital for as long as I could.
Yeah.
And then I went back home. But I mean, at least we're ready for the baby to come.
Yeah,
you know, we're ready for the baby to come. And then the next day the kid was born.
Nice.
You know, the kid was
after being
there.
dizzy.
No, after being dizzy.
Dizzy boy.
No, I've been dizzy, man. Dizzy, blind.
But yeah, baba.
And man, you know, I don't know. I'm fungus. I'm like, Chief, focus. When I deal with the baby, I'll take us there.
So now, my assumption is obviously you are now hands-on with your last born, right? Okay. How's this experience? Because I'm assuming this is like your first full-on experience, hands dirty, in raising your daughter. How is this, or how's it been?
It's different, like, because we live together and she's right there every day and every morning, but it's emotionally, it's really the same as all my other girls.
Yeah.
Look, Umi is 1 year to a month now. She's 1 year and a month today.
Yeah.
So, dude, I mean, out of 7 days, Umi is there 7 days. So it's my night, it's my wife's night. It's, you know, so if she has if she has a rough night, if she doesn't sleep well, it means I don't sleep well, you know? At 7:30 in the morning, OC arrives. Shout out to OC. You know, but it's it's like I say, for the emotions and the attachment to the kids, it's the same. I mean, it's just more heightened now because Umi is such a cute little round thing, that you want to carry around the whole day and make and laugh at, and laugh with, So feeding, bathing, changing nappies.
So you believe in that as a dad?
Training, Inton.
The stuff you say.
No, you have those things must be done, man. No boundaries. No, bruh. Of course, man. I mean, I don't even think that's a chat.
Yeah. No. It really is. Because different people have different setups in their family homes, and some people are just stern in their stance with, hey, Baba, we don't do this as men, and so it is a conversation to be had.
No, yes, of course. For me, in my mind, it's like a foregone conclusion.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, because I suppose it also goes to how you arrange your household. Because I used to cook. I don't cook anymore not because I won't cook. It's just that
the setup.
We're not getting the time. OC helps a lot. On the weekend, maybe we don't cook. But I'm not averse to house chores. What do you call and baby raising and all of that. Taking kids to swim school or the netball or maths lessons every Saturday morning at 8:00. So I mean, my girls keep me running 7 days a week.
Yeah, I'm only engine in a mileage, boy.
No, it's chai.
Now looking back now to what has motivated you? What's motivating you to be the dad you are? Where in what we've spoken about and the little that I'm understanding of you, it's like you never had a fatherly. Okay, you did. You had your uncle, but now he was arm's length because umbona vagashile to the house. But on the daily, you with your mom or usemachiteni, usestrateni. What motivates you to be or has shaped your thinking around fatherhood as we stand today?
I think we always know what the right thing to do is. And this is on many different fronts, but for me, the most logical thing is if I have a child with this person, I've got to look after that child. It's just, for me, it's a matter of, it comes really straight, it comes very straight with no maybes or could be's or whatever, it's and then I just, you have a connection with these people, and you behave a certain way when you care about people, and that includes spending time with them, taking them out, doing things for them, and taking them on vacation, and just trying your best, really. We're not going to be here forever.
Nah.
So,
which is unfortunate, but yeah.
I'm okay at being. I'm not trying to get to 100. Get sharp, man. But now that I'm here, we're gonna dance.
Yeah. So we're almost at the end of our time. Greatest thing about being a dad?
I think it's being able to contribute to someone's being. I think it's the contribution that you put to the formation of another person. They get a personality from you. They get habits from you. They get they get a lot from you. So for me, I think that's the greatest in a two-way manner. And it could be flattering, but it also a responsibility.
What is the biggest challenge about being a dad?
Time. I think time.
Yeah.
Finding, because we live quite a hectic life. We have businesses, we're studying, we have jobs, and kids' schedules these days are quite crazy, So, the kids, and just the keeping up and the showing up on a daily basis, and you may not always show up 100%, but you're there and you want to be there. So I think for me, those are the difficult or challenging things is time and time and resources.
Your definition of a active or present dad, what is that?
That's a tough one, bruv. I think that's a tough one. I don't know. I actually haven't thought about it. But for me, I think it says there, I don't think that you necessarily have to live with the child to be active and present. I think what is active and present in your circumstances. And I don't even think it's that complex. Actually, it's you contributing to the well-being of your child.
Yeah. Okay. In closing, with your journey in life, what pearls of wisdom can you share with us in your journey of being a father, being a husband, and being a young man, and sharing with all the other daddies of SAs, man? What
I don't know if
do you have, man?
If it's pearls of wisdom, but I think for me, I value happiness and health over a lot of things. I think that it's you cannot pour out of an empty cup. You've got to take care of self first, and then you must definitely take care of those around you and closest to you, which is your family, your kids, and your wife. I think that we should do things like this more often. Big up, well done. I think we have a lot of content now. Financial content, gossip, cars, houses, but the family unit, we need to talk about that a lot more, and we need to, what is the word called, be intentional actually about creating Black healthy families and relationships.
With that said, health,
thank you for having me, sir.
And wealth. Njabulo Shabangu, Daddies of SA, and we out.